You serious?
Right, there are plenty of ways to kill an hour out there. Right now, you're killing some time with Marcus Bronzy.
And me, Nick Bright.
Yes. If you'd like to keep up to date with how we are killing time and all the new ways that you can find out ways to kill time, head to howtokillanhour.com. It's pretty simple, isn't it, Nick?
It's the future, mate. Somebody told me that the internet was going to be big one of these days, and now we're seeing the payoffs. I mean, who knew?
It's mad. It's mad. People said that you'd be able to put anything into Google and it will come up. You can actually put How to Kill an Hour into Google and we'll come up.
Boy,
we're living in the future, bruv.
Times have changed from like when you used to have to whip out the Encarta CD-ROM, bang that in there, you get me? Times have changed.
And if you don't know what Encarta is right now, what Nick's talking about, Encarta was, at one point, it was the future.
Yeah.
It was, people used to have thesauruses in their house and dictionaries and encyclopedias, right? With all the information in it. And that was where you go to if there was an argument over, I don't know, how big a whale, what the biggest whale is in the world or something like that. Yeah, you'd go to the encyclopedia and find out. But then there was this future thing called Encarta, which was like my version had like 6 DVDs.
Yeah, it was crazy. It came in this big ass box, and it was just like bare different like CD/DVDs in there, and then you just had to like put them in the CD drive if you wanted to find out stuff. Like CD1 would have like A to D on there, and then like D to F. It's like mad long. Boy, kids listening to this thinking, what
the fuck is a DVD?
Yeah, you'll never know the struggle, boy.
Yeah, right. And I mean, it's quite appropriate that we're talking about future and stuff, because it's quite obvious to you, listen, obviously, that me and Nick are not in the same room together.
Nah.
Or you might have thought that we've moved into a cupboard for How to Kill an Hour, but we've not moved into a cupboard. I'm in an echo room. I'm in Barcelona. And where are you at the moment, Nick?
I'm like literally leaning on the end of my bed. That's the difference right now. You're in Barcelona, you know, taking in the culture and the sights, and I am in East 17, London.
East,
yeah, the home
London.
The home of Lethal Bizzle, and obviously E17 the band. That's where I'm at.
Yes. Hello, have I lost you?
No, I'm still here.
Fucking with me. Oh.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so Nick's in East London. I'm in Barcelona at the moment, and I'm checking out MWC, which is Mobile World Congress, which is a massive tech conference. It's meant to revolve around mobile tech, but if I'm honest, it's kind of now tech that can move around, which is everything. Everything's kind of portable. So I do want to talk about that in a second, Nick, but the elephant in the room, the big white elephant in the room, or shall I say on the ground, is the weather in London right now, the snow.
Yeah.
What's going on over there, mate? Because I've totally missed this. What's happening?
You know what? Like, I'm not even going to make that much of a big deal out of it, because the news outlets and everyone is going crazy for this shit. They're calling it the beast from the east. So like, it's like Trans-Siberian like weather system has worked its way across Europe, and it's hitting us in the UK. But the news, the coverage is like sensationalist to the maximum. It is like, bruv, it's so crazy. It's like the top story of the news. It comes on like news at 10. Boom! The beast from the east has stopped. And I'm like, bruv, you know what? Like, I don't want to sound like an old man, but it's like 10 years ago, before all of this like craziness with the weather. Yeah, it was just like, it's winter, it's cold. End of. Now it's like we're naming storms, we're flipping naming like things beast from the east. Like it's just shit's crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, it's snowing outside. Well, it's not snowing now. Like, it's actually, tell a lie, it is. I've just turned around, it's literally snowing as we speak. But anyway, the sun was out like 5 minutes ago. It's crazy. But yeah, like, it's not even that bad. It's like there's snow on the ground, and it's a bit treacherous if you're driving or walking about, but it's not bad. It's not like, you know, Canada or somewhere like that, you know. So whatever, man. What's the weather like in Barcelona though? Because one of my pals is in Venice at the moment, and there's snow in Venice.
Well, it hasn't snowed in Barcelona since 2003, apparently.
Right.
Or even, this is what I was hearing yesterday. I was speaking to 2 Canadian people, actually, at a do. and they were saying that apparently it hasn't snowed. I don't know if it might have snowed here at some point, but I don't think it's snowed in March since 2003. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. No, it's Barcelona. I don't think it's snowed here since 2003, and so we've been hit with it. But by the time the weather's got here, it's kind of turned from a beast from the east, as they call it, into kind of just like bits of dandruff.
Oh right, so kind of like
dandruff,
breast from the west.
Yeah, it's like fluff from the. Muff. I don't know, muff. Yeah, like, that's all it is, man. So it's not really stop stuff, but Spanish people are looking at each other, and you, like me, when I'm putting on my hat, they're looking at me like, fucking hell, it's a bit cold outside, isn't it, mate? Just getting on with things, though, really.
Yeah.
Just getting on. And because it's designed, that buildings are designed for warmer climates, it's a bit more chilly, but to be fair, at MWC, like, it's so busy in there that all the bodies mean that you're walking around in a t-shirt all day long anyway.
Well, I've seen you, like, all over social media. It looks like you're having a wicked time, man. What the hell's going on? Let's talk about it.
Oh, Matt, like, it's my first ever MWC. I've lost my MWC cherry, and there is just so much technology that is first and foremost out there that's sort of new conceptual stuff, which I'll talk about in a minute, and there's also quite a few big releases as well. So one of the first things that we saw out there was a new Samsung phone. Now phones are obviously a big part of everyone's life, because I thought about it the other day, what else do we have that much contact time with? What other device do we have as much contact time with? And it's our phone. Apparently the average number of times you touch a phone in a day is something like 3,000 times, somebody was saying yesterday. So, you know, phones are really, really big things. So there's the Samsung S9 got announced on the Sunday, Nick, and it's their brand new release. And in terms of phones, everyone's kind of looking for that next big thing with phones, that next thing that's going to blow you out of the water, yeah? And I'm going to be honest, it's not got that, right? And I don't think any phone is going to have that for the next sort of year or so, because our phones are friggin' amazing at the moment. Like, even if you pick up, I don't know, an iPhone 7, right? Or an 8, whatever, it's got a decent freaking camera. The internet's 4G, which is the fastest thing at the moment. You know, you can whack loads of apps on it. The memory's pretty decent. The video's decent. Get a little bit of slow on it. So for a phone to really blow you out of the water, they really need to sort of level things up. But Samsung's tried their best with the S9. It's got a great display. Looks really, really good, really sharp. I think the price point comes in, I'll say straight away. I think the price point's dropping in at about 650 quid.
Okay.
So it's not too bad, not as pricey as an iPhone.
Yeah.
So yeah, the design's pretty nice and sharp. It's got no home button as well. It's got no biometric sensor or anything like that. So the fingerprint reader's on the back of it, kind of like a Pixel situation, like the Pixel phone. So you pop your finger on the back of the phone to unlock it.
Yeah.
It's the Note 8. I'll quickly jump onto that. That comes with a tidy little stylus as well, so you can actually like whip it out and do some drawing on it. And somebody did it last night. There's a mode on it where you click a couple of buttons and it becomes like a chalkboard, not a blackboard, got to be PC. And you can just like, somebody was explaining something to me yesterday and they just whipped out their Note 8 and started like drawing a little picture. So that's cool. The camera is decent. Dual aperture on the cameras means they work really well in low light. Battery's good, but again, like, there's nothing there that's like really phone wise anywhere at the moment that's really blown me away, as you'll find out when I talk about the other phones that are out there. One thing that is a bit of a clap back at Apple is, you know, there's the animojis that you've got on an iPhone X that reads your face and moves around. They have got AR emojis. So it takes a picture of you and there's like your whole face and body is animated now as well. That was cool for about, I don't know, 2 minutes.
Yeah. But that's like the animojis though, really, isn't it? Like the animojis, I've got an iPhone 10 or iPhone X, whatever you want to call it. And like I've probably sent about 3 animojis ever since I've had it. That's it. Like, and the thing is, they're going big on it on the TV advert. Like the animoji is the big thing on the TV advert that they're using as the selling point. Like that and the camera. They're talking about animoji and introducing animoji, and I'm just like, bruv, I ain't using animoji. Like maybe I mean, I don't know. Maybe like people younger than me are using animoji messaging, but then on the flip side of that, I think to myself, I think to myself, well, people younger than me, can they really afford like a bag of sand on a phone? You know what I mean? It's like £1,000, like more than £1,000 on a phone. Can they afford that? Maybe not. So I don't know who that emoji is marketed at.
It's definitely something that the Android community, and there's a lot of Android people out here, you hear that's why you ever wonder why somebody who's got an Android phone is quite angry at Apple people that have Apple products? It's because they're there thinking, why are you spending all this money but for a device that hasn't got the leading tech and stuff? Because Apple's notorious for not having like everything first. But it's kind of like looking at somebody who's driving a Ferrari and saying, oh, I don't know, it's a bit overpriced. That when you think about what you get for your money, it's still a car, it goes really fast, but what else does it really do? I can get a fast car, I can get a Skyline and soup it up for a quarter of the price. You're kind of paying for the luxury side of things. But you're right, Nick, it's bloody pricey. But the S9 does bring quality, does look like a good phone, it's a solid, decent phone, and if you're into Android, I think it's probably one of the best cameras I've seen since the Pixel 2 XL. So it's a good camera, good bit of Android kit. So that was getting a lot of love out there. Also, Samsung are really promoting the S9 lifestyle. So I almost forget this sometimes, but Samsung does white goods, TVs obviously, but they also do like fridges, washing machines and stuff. And they're kind of setting up the S9 so that it works with everything. So it's a true smart device. So, you can turn your washing machine on with your phone. You can... and obviously the integration with other Samsung products is going to be better than if you're trying to, for example, connect your iPhone to a Samsung washing machine. So there was a lot of hype around that.
That annoys me slightly, like only because, like, obviously it's a good idea, like, and I'm totally for that in terms of like smart home integration into your phone, blah blah blah. But it annoys me that like all these companies want you, and I get why they do it. Like, I'm not an idiot, but like they want you to have the same brand as them. Like Apple have done it, and like now I feel trapped because I've got Apple phone, I've got a MacBook, I've got Apple Watch, even though I don't really use my Apple Watch anymore, but you know what I mean, like you get locked in to having one brand and that brand only, and then when they start doing it with your home, then it's the next level. What, you got to have a Samsung telly, a Samsung washing machine, a Samsung flipping fridge, like it's crazy, man.
You have to be, and that's the key. That's the next thing, is making it so easy for you that the thought of leaving and changing puts you off. And that's probably what's keeping me in the Apple ecosystem. Like I use other products, but I'm you as well, Nick. I know we've both been on the show. We're Apple users. Like we've got Macs, we've got iPhones, and it is that ease of just everything working together well that, like you said, is it kind of gets you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
kind of gets
totally.
you. It's like that ideal partner that will cook for you, clean for you, call you up at work and check everything's all right. You know what I mean? Like that. I don't know. It's like having it's like having what's his name? What's Batman's friggin'
Alfred.
His butler? Alfred. It's like having Alfred, bruv. How could Batman live without Alfred?
That's what I'm saying, man. Bruce Wayne ain't rolling without Alfred. You know what I'm saying?
Bruce Wayne without Alfred is oh man, forget Batman without his toys. Batman without Alfred wouldn't exist. You get me? That geezer that brings you 2 aspirin after you've had a few too many champagnes last night to kick your day off right and some scrambled eggs. Man like Alf.
Hey, boy, the snow is coming down mad here now.
Is it?
I don't want to go on about the weather, but I'm looking out the window. Snow is it's like windy and shit as well, so it's like coming down fast and that.
Has London ground to a halt, by the way?
Well, one of my friends just literally just as we're talking now, I got the luxury I can walk round my room. Hang on, one of my friends just texted me saying
technology,
saying they've been allowed to leave work early because like they're scared all the trains are gonna be on a mad thing. You know what I mean?
Snow day.
Yeah.
Has anyone built a snowman?
There's not one in my immediate eye line, but like you definitely could. The amount of snow that's on my car and on the ground and that, you could build a snowman, but.
So it's proper snow. The snow that we always complain about not getting enough of, we've actually got.
Yeah. Like because of the wonders of technology, right? This means nothing to the listeners of the podcast, but I'll take a picture right now and I'll send it to you on WhatsApp so you can experience it in real time, Marcus.
Oh man, great! Right. Can you do a GIF? Sorry, the mic. You're gonna hear me shuffling around the mic. Let me have a look at this.
A GIF.
Doesn't matter. Send me a picture. That's all right.
You can't even.
On WhatsApp, you do a short little video, and then if it's under 6 seconds, there's a little button comes out. You turn it into a GIF and it loops.
All right, let me do that for you.
And if you know how to make a GIF, feel free to press the fast forward by 15 seconds a few times.
Do you know what though? It looks weak. The GIF looks mad weak. It looks the snow looks like it ain't even mad. But trust me, yeah, it's like hang on, I gotta do the next one because that's shit. It don't ever come across on the camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it's all right. You know what? I'll have it. Right.
Let me send you this one. Still, it don't look that good, but I'm gonna send it to you anyway. There you go. It's gone through. You should get that in a couple moments time. It's only on a solo tick at the moment. It should go to a double tick.
I'm double ticking. I'm over here. I've got this.
You got it, yeah?
Yeah. Is it not showing that I've got it?
No.
This is such great live podcasting, by the way. Sorry if you're listening to us doing this, guys, but hey, we're British people that are excited about snow.
Boy, snow in the stow, bruv. That's what it's saying out there.
Yeah, the GIF is looking a bit weak, Nick.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it looks mad. IRL.
It is. Right, anyway, sorry. Back to the business. Yeah, Huawei came out. That's how you say it, by the way. Huawei. Huawei. I heard loads of people calling it Huawei. They got the Mate 10 Pro, which is another tidy phone. Good camera on it. Decent phone. But what is interesting is they've actually brought out their own tablets as well. So there's the Huawei, it's the M5 tablet, and that's cool. It's got really fat speakers on it, and they've also got the Mate Book. I'm gonna let you guess what the Mate Book is, Nick.
The Mate Book.
What do you think the Mate Book is, mate?
Is it a book for your mates?
It's as a MacBook owner, what do you think the Mate Book is?
Well, I'm gonna guess that it's a laptop, but you know.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, genius. It is, yeah.
They were.
And it's all right.
I mean, I wonder how much money, right? They paid their marketing department to come up with that.
I don't know, but I want to know whoever got paid. I want to join that team, and I want to be part of innovative ideas like that. That's what I'm involved in.
Man said the Mate Book, you know. Like,
the Mate Book.
For real.
So yeah. So those are some other bits of tech. But here's what was awesome. We popped over to La Liga, right? And the guys that do La Liga, they're kind of like, you know, the Premiership guys, the guys that are behind football over in Spain. And they showed me some sick technology with regards to the future of watching sports, Nick. Like, at the moment for La Liga, I think they broadcast 4K live stuff, which is great. 4K sports looks friggin' sick, but they're really looking to upgrade what you experience. So yeah, I went over to see the guys at La Liga, and they showed us the future of live sports TV. I know you're into your sports, Nick. Yeah. You watched live sports on TV?
Listen, bruv, I watch so much live sport. It's crazy, so I'm interested. What you got for me?
Right, so they've got something called TrueView, which they're doing with Intel, which is kind of like, the best way of me explaining this is, you know in the Matrix film, when something dangerous happens and you get the 360 spinning around of the cameras, right? Yeah. They've managed to give you that experience by hooking up 40 cameras around the stadium, and during match play, you can adjust angles that you're watching in a smooth way. So usually you might see a close-up of a footballer, then cut to behind the goal. With this technology, you can actually move around in a virtual space, so you can select behind the goal and the camera will smoothly move. It will be like there's a camera floating around the stadium. So is
it a bit like, you know, when you're playing FIFA and you go into the replay mode, and then 100%. You know what I mean?
100%.
You can spin it and
100%.
Like, look at your goal from bare different views as you're getting gassed. You're like, oh my God, I'm gonna save this one, bruv. Like, is it like that?
Yeah, nutmeg your keeper. Look at the nutmeg. Yeah, it's exactly like that. And they're also updating the Sky Cam as well, which is the camera that we've seen used in a few games. You'll have seen it in sort of international sports games where there's like it feels like there's a camera flying around on a drone. They've got that, which is pretty cool. They're also hooking up live 3D graphics during the game as well. Yeah. So you know when you watch back replays and they draw a little circle around a player and they say, this is Messi and he made this run here, you can get live graphics and stats that follow the players around as you're watching the game.
Do you know my brother installs those, just on a side note?
Really?
But they call it Spider Cam. They're on like 4 basically 4 like bits of string that go to each corner of the ground, and they float above the play and all of that, because he does it at Wembley. He done it for the cup final on the weekend.
Sick. So he installs it and takes it down.
Yeah, essentially.
Wicked. Awesome. Right. Well, they're looking to put permanent rigs of those up. Spider, well, he might have some work in Barcelona if he wants to come over here for a little bit less snow.
Listen, he'll go where it's at, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Grafter.
Yeah.
Also, La Liga sorting out something called the laser wall, which is, long story short, an offside wall which you can see from very many angles, which is very accurate, because offside, when that happens in soccer, it's a big thing that gets overlooked.
Did man just really call it soccer and try to like brush over it real quick? Like, I'm not going to pull you up on that. Man, we're not American. Listen, I don't care if there's American people listening to this. Yeah, that shit's football. You won't hear me calling it soccer. But cool, carry on.
So yeah, offsides are an important thing in soccer. So basically, you don't want an offside to be given if it's not offside, or you don't want someone to be offside and not get caught out. So they're gonna updating that with their laser wall, which is like a massive, again, a bit of 3D tech, which you can see from very many angles. And as well as that, they've got this other bit of tech as well, which they've not shared with the public until now, and it's something that they're sharing with all La Liga teams. And it's amazing. It's live stats for each player during the game. So you can pick up things like speed of the player, where they are moving on the pitch, how runs have been made. And they take all this data, which they call big data. So every single player, they know where they are on the pitch, how they've moved around. And they share this with all the teams. And teams are using it to go through plays and see what worked and what didn't work in matches. And with this program, for example, say you played a footy game. Nick Bright, professional soccer player, right? Is on the
football
pitch.
Player,
football player, yeah. Professional football player is on the pitch, and I want to pick up all of the runs that you made that were, I don't know, faster than 20 kilometers an hour, right? Or all the runs that you made around 20 kilometers an hour, right?
Yeah.
I can put that into the system, and it will pick out each of those runs throughout the game and give me a playlist so I can look through all of your runs. Or I can put in, let's see all of the corner kicks, and it will show us where Nick Bright is during all of the corner kicks.
Wait, managers are going to be fucking gassed. With these stats, like opposing managers, when they're, you know what I mean, when they're going up against those teams, they're going to be looking at this like seeing where Messi's standing, like
exactly, and they've managed to get it with to an 18-second delay to get all the data from the pitch. So you, after a play, or if your team's not doing well, 18 seconds after a play, you can find out what's not working too well. Or during the game, you can actually have mid-game analysis if a play is not effective. So you can, you know where everyone is to the meter. And apparently, this is just going to push the levels up of football. So La Liga might have to be something that we keep our eye on when we're watching some good football, man. Because if you want to watch some good football, because that tech is amazing. It's called Media Coach, and they literally you'll see if you watch the Liga, you'll see coaches on iPads during the game, like flicking around looking at bits. You might see a little glimpse of it, but it's dope, man.
I thought they were just watching Netflix then, man. You get me?
Sometimes it's a Netflix thing. Sometimes it's a quick WhatsApp group thing. That's what it is, like, I
thought they were just on there, like catching up on Better Call Saul or something.
Yeah, Better Call Saul, just flexing on the gram. So yeah, that was another big thing. I was really happy to go and see that, the La Liga stuff. Then came back. This was all day one as well. Then came right back and got my hands on the Vive Pro, the HTC Vive. Well, we're fans of the Vive out here.
I saw a little was it a video or a picture that you shared, and there's basically, I mean, you're going to go into more detail anyway, but there's basically things you can clip onto your feet and that now,
It's so sick. So, like, with sports in mind, this is actually quite a good angle to come in from, because they're actually using this at Man United at this moment, what I'm about to explain. So HTC has these trackers now. So you have the headset, but you also can pop trackers on things, and they're just tracking devices. They're like these little circles. And one demonstration, I put on the Vive Pro headset. I had 2 trackers on each leg. One was on a shin pad and the other was on a trainer. So one track on the trainer, one track on the shin pad. And I put on the headset and I actually did some professional drills, receiving a ball and passing. And it was amazing, bruv. The physics that the work on the physics they've done, I felt like I was actually playing a bit of footy. And they're saying again that they can take data from this and they can, for example, pump in Wayne Rooney's score when he uses this program. And if there's a kid, I don't know, if this could be a kid in Mumbai, that gets their hands on the tech and he might be hitting the same stats as Rooney, they wouldn't have known about this kid who's got such sick reflexes. And now they can find people like this when they start rolling out this tech everywhere, because this is a Vive technology. And let's be honest, it's not long until FIFA is going to be a game where you can do a little bit of VR work in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that was amazing, doing drills. They also slapped a couple of these trackers onto a couple of guns. And remember, Nick, we went and did a HTC Vive experience where we were getting chased by zombies.
Yeah. Which was sick.
Leveled this up. Yeah, they've leveled this up, and you can play a multiplayer game of shooting zombies, basically, which is sick. That was a load of fun. As well as that, they've also brought out... And actually, can we just go back? Like, I just want to say again, the HTC Vive as a VR experience is one of my favourites, you know.
Why? What makes it better than the others?
It's comfortable. And also with this new Pro, they've actually got they've got higher quality visuals as well, so it feels much more realistic. And I don't know, I just feel like the experience, whenever I come out of a Vive experience, I feel really like blown away. I don't know whether it's just because of the games that they've got, but I don't know, man. I think comfort, and it just works and looks good. It's awesome. They also gave us the HTC Vive Focus, which is a standalone headset. So you don't need any phone, don't need any tech, don't need anything else. You just put the headset on and you get two little remotes in your hands. And I played another game where I was shooting people as well. It was pretty fun. And that was quite cool as well, to have a pretty decent bit of VR tech that you could just walk around with and pop on your head. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Yeah. Really enjoyed that. And like Nick said, we did a video. I popped a few videos out. I was getting quite active on the gram, and I was out there. But we actually popped together a video as well, which you can click on You click on a link to it via the link via the show description, and check that out. And you can also check out this in the video. Li-Fi, Nick. Wi-Fi. Yeah. Is one thing. Li-Fi is Wi-Fi with light.
With light? What?
Light. Somebody out. Yeah. So there's a company called My Li-Fi, and they have managed to use regular lights.
Yeah.
And to distribute Wi-Fi signal. Basically, Wi-Fi is the radio. The radio Wi-Fi uses radio, right? And the air is basically full of loads of Wi-Fi signals. It's getting very busy out there. You know, like when you go to a public place and you turn on your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there's buried
50 million routers. Yeah. So it's a bit of a problem because the bandwidth is getting really, really busy. But Li-Fi literally uses a receiver and transmitter that's connected to your device. A receiver transmitter that's connected to the light on the ceiling, and you can get Wi-Fi that is faster. Well, not Wi-Fi, internet connections that are way faster than current Wi-Fi. Plus, if you have Li-Fi in your house and I'm standing outside your house, I can't use or even see your Wi-Fi because I can't get any of the light because your curtains are closed, Nick, because you're very antisocial.
So it literally does it through the light signals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, if these man ain't using "It's My Li-Fi, It's My Li-Fi," if they're not using that tune to market this shit, then they are flopping.
They need to. I'm looking forward to that though. I can't wait for that to be ready in sort of a consumer base.
Yeah, that'd be live. I mean, the only thing is, you know, what happens when your bulb goes, mate? You know what I mean? Them ones, you ain't got no spare bulbs about.
You can't even order one off Amazon.
Yeah, no spare bulbs about, you know what I mean? Middle of the night, shops are shut. You're like, shit, man, I ain't got no internet.
Oh, crazy. Well, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Nokia had the banana phone. Brought that back. Yeah, the Matrix phone. I've seen
this because after the success or unsuccess, I don't know which way you want to see it, of the 3310 reboot.
Floppage.
Yeah, it didn't do that well, did it, the 3310 reboot? It was like... It's weird because, like, obviously the 3310, absolutely iconic Nokia phone, but to try and bring it back in this day and age, and it didn't have WhatsApp compatibility, which is so big for people now, like, I don't know, man. They could have done better, because I'm pretty certain that if it had WhatsApp compatibility, I'm not saying it would have done much better, but it would have done better rather than just like, nah, we're just going to bring it back as like a phone and text phone. And it's like, people want more than that now. Like, even nostalgia is not enough to carry that.
Exactly. And I've got to admit though, with all that being said, Nick, it was one of the biggest buzzes in the whole of MWC.
Yeah.
That part of that Nokia stand was Ramo, full of people that were just like, and they even left a load of bananas around it as well. Which helped
Marcus,
is
it like it was busy because people are like doing the whole nostalgia thing, like, oh my god, Matrix phone, blah blah blah. They're not. It weren't busy because they're like, shit, I'm gonna get one of these as soon as it drops. Oh my god. Don't get me wrong, there'll be some people that buy it, but it's not like, for me, like, it's not gonna do any better than just a gimmick. You know, people ain't gonna get it because they really, really, really want that phone, like people do with iPhones and, you know, Samsungs and that now.
You're right, Nick, and I'm going to be honest. The novelty was wearing as I was there playing with it. The novelty wore off within 10 minutes. But hey, it was nice to see Nokia doing their thing, still trying to make a little statement. They're never going to be the Nokia that we used to know back when we were kids, but hey, they're doing their thing. Another company that's got a pretty good phone out at the moment just released a new one. It's the Sony Xperia XZ2. Now, don't sleep on Sony phones, right? Sony do a lot of things first, right? And they do it well. But sometimes I don't understand why they don't get as much love in the mobile world when you really look at what they can do. So the new Xperia XZ2, again, camera is fucking insane, yeah? Insane camera, 90 megapixel camera, yeah, in the phone. Wicked in low light. They even gave us an example of, there's like this little dark room that we went into, showed us what a picture's like on an old camera phone, on their last camera phone, and then on this one. Great camera, really sharp, great sound system as well, really loud. But check what they've done on the Xperia's XZ2. They've put little vibrating panels that are different to like a regular phone vibrator. They've put them in the phone in strategic places so that when you're listening to music or watching Netflix or a film, when you get bass rumbles, the phone rumbles in your hands.
Okay.
So you get kind of the subwoofer experience. And I was like, yeah, that's all right. We watched a little clip of Jumanji, the new film, and then you hear The Rock turn around and go, do you hear that? And you feel the phone rumble. And I was like, that's pretty fucking sick. Pretty dope. Pretty impressive.
I feel like it's a cool feature. Like, but you know, is it something that like people are crying out for? Like, I get what everyone's trying to do. People want to like have cool new features and all the rest of it, but like, are you crying out for like a little bit of vibration in your phone when you're watching something, or are you crying out for a battery that lasts longer?
Well, I don't know. I think there could be an application for the vibration still. But yeah, what you know what would blow me away? You're right, Nick. And this is this is not a problem, but this is the next sort of challenge that the mobile industry is facing. Is cameras are fucking awesome. Like I said earlier on in the pod, you pick up a iPhone 7, even a 6S, yeah, the camera is not bad, bro. No, right, it's not amazing. It's not digital friggin' SLR, but it's not shit, is it? No. It's good. Yeah. If you get a new phone, something that's come out in the last 12 months, the phone's fucking amazing, right? High speed internet at 4G, most phones have. They've got decent speakers, they've got decent enough memory. The apps that serve the phones, so like you said, Nick, Netflix are great. You can download like a whole season of something and watch it. And like you said, Nick, what we're screaming out for is more battery. That is the next challenge. I think when they bring out the phone that has the battery that lasts for a week without charge or 2 days, that's going to be the game changer.
Yeah, definitely. And it's so frustrating, you know, like, and for the consumer, I don't mean to sound like I'm knocking all these kind of new innovations that people are coming out with, because, you know, innovation is good in whichever way you see it. But like, whenever Apple do their event or Samsung do theirs, or and they're going on and on about all of this stuff, an emoji, it's going to be great. Oh, blah, blah. People are just like, bruv, just give me more battery. Like, I can only really talk for the iPhone because that's the phone that I've got and I've used consistently, and people just want more flipping battery. Tim Cook, bruv, The next phone, more battery. Simple as. If you're paying,
we need more power.
Yeah, if you're paying £1,000 for a phone, or $1,000, or whatever territory you're in, it's 1,000. If you're paying that for a phone, you want a phone that can last a long time. And don't get me wrong, the iPhone 10 battery is a little bit better than its predecessors, but again, it's still not as good as people want them to be. And I know it comes down to the fact that the battery tech isn't there yet. That's essentially what it is. But come on, let's get a move on, lads.
I agree. It's time. It's time for the new style of battery to come out that can power our devices for a long time. Because, like I said, 3,000 impressions on your phone screen a day. It's we use these things a lot. They're all. I would go as far as to say, mobile phones are a necessity now. They're not a luxury. I feel like they're a necessity to get through this world.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like you said earlier on, how many times do you touch your phone a day or something? It's crazy.
3,000 times a day, I think it is, on average.
We're touching our phones more than we're touching our partners, bruv.
Fucking hell.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. I think I might have touched my phone more than I've touched my cock in my life.
Nah, I ain't, mate. You know what I mean? Not me, bruv.
You're touching it right now, aren't you?
That's what I'm saying. I'm in my room, innit? Man, it's naked out here.
All right, I'll throw a couple of other little bits that I've picked up as well last few days here as well. I like to see little indie things, so I've seen some quite quirky little bits. Fit, F-I-T-T, they have a 360-degree camera called Link Flow that you wear around your neck. Put it on your neck, walk around, it films a 360-degree spectrum of what you see. I like it. It's a quirky little idea. It was cool.
So hang on, let me get this straight. So 360, so it can see behind you even though it's around your neck.
Yep. So they've strategically based three or four cameras around the neck bracelet.
I
see. Pop it on, it's lightweight.
I see. So it goes around your neck, right? Okay. Rather than like a pendant, so it doesn't hang down on your chest.
Yeah, it kind of something. Imagine like a second collar, like popping something over your collar. It's really lightweight. It's cool. It was a Kickstarter. They've literally got to. I think they've done like 700% of their target. So it's going to be out later this year. So that was quite cool to look at that new innovative design. Even
that's the one.
I saw something called a self-fly. Now, I liked it because it was a great play on words. I'm going to let you guess what the self-fly is. I'll give you 3 guesses what that is, Nick. A self-fly.
Self-fly, as in like C-E-L-L.
S-E-L, fly. So, like, imagine selfie, but fly at the end.
Right, okay. So is it basically like a camera that you can, like, float in front of you to take a picture of you?
Close, you're close.
Ooh,
you're close.
So it's not. It must be a selfie thing, yeah.
Yeah. You can use it for selfies,
right? And it's not a floating camera.
It does float in a way.
Does it go on water?
No.
Okay. All right. This is like the worst game of Guess Who.
You've got one more guess.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've flopped.
It is a phone case that turns into a drone. That's right. You unfold it and fly it around. Fold it down, and then pop it on your phone as a case.
Oh,
I fucking thought it was a laugh.
Okay, cool. So I thought you meant like you flew your phone around. I was thinking, man, I ain't flying around my £1,000 phone. Like that ain't gonna fly. Like that ain't gonna self-fly. You get me?
Yeah, that ain't gonna self-fly here. But that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty decent. SanDisk, the memory card makers,
I saw this.
This was nuts. They've created a micro SD card, right? So that's the SD card, a little memory card that's probably the size of a third of the tip of your index finger, right?
It's like a fingernail, isn't it?
Yeah. Like a fingernail, yeah. And they've managed to create a high-speed 400 gigabyte capacity SD card, and it works. I thought, all right, yeah, they could have just painted 400 on a fucking 2 gigabyte card. They showed me it works. 400 gigabytes.
It's crazy, man.
On your finger.
This is where we're at now. Like, we've got things like that, a fingernail sized thing which is bigger than hard drives that we used to have back in the day. You know what I mean? When we were growing up, you know, at the top of the show, we were talking about Encarta on CD-ROM, but like I tweeted you after you put a picture up of the micro SD card. I tweeted you a fucking floppy disk because that's what we had growing up, man. Like
a 4 megabyte floppy disk.
Yeah, megabyte. Yeah, just understand. 4 megabyte, not gigabyte. 4 megabyte. And
megabyte.
Like, now they've got 400. You're saying
400 gigabyte A2 card. Yeah,
that shit's mad.
And also you'll start hearing people refer to cards as A1 and A2, and basically what that means is phones that are compatible with A1 and A2 cards can actually run apps direct from the actual card instead of having to install apps onto the phone. So not only are these things fast, they're fast enough to work like memory cards that are like welded into your phones. Do you know what I mean? So they're you know, and they had little examples of concepts of some of their cards running computers. So instead of having the conventional hard drive that you've got now in your Mac or your laptop, you know, you could have something potentially that's the same size as one of their SD cards.
Yeah, I mean that's something that a lot of Apple users want to start see happening with their phones as well. Actually, you know, flash memory, because obviously I know that Android users already have that. And Apple users are pissed because, you know, don't get me wrong, the new iPhone 10, what is it, 256, the new iPhone 10, so it's you know, that it's big, it's got a lot of space, but it would be nice to be able to go, right, this is the card that I use to take all my pictures, or this is the card that I use to install all my apps or whatever, you know what I mean? That'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. Like and when we can start popping flash memory like this around, it's going to be great to see the sorts of data that we're going to be able to move around. Like 4K is obviously something that we're going to need a lot of space for if you're shooting 4K.
Yeah, that's true.
You can go through gigabytes of stuff, and along with a big jump in data size and big jumps in capacity. One hot thing that was on everyone's fucking lips this year at MWC was 5G. You could not turn anywhere without seeing the number 5 and the letter fucking G, bruv. It's serious. Like, it's almost here. I'm pretty happy with 4G at the moment. I think it's all right.
Yeah,
but
like
5G.
Listen, like when... It's frustrating, right? Because when 4G was marketed to us back when we were all on 3G, it was like 4G. You know, this is going to be as fast as an internet connection in your house, blah blah blah. Which, yeah, don't get me wrong, sometimes it is. It ain't as fast. It depends on what internet connection you've got, obviously. But you know, I'm not talking kind of like 100, 200 meg ones. I'm talking like lower. But like, I think sometimes with 4G, it lies to you. Much like your network all of the time. Like, you'll be on your phone and it'll say 4G and shit's taking ages to load. I'm like, this ain't 4G, you know? So I'm just a bit skeptical because I remember when I first got 4G, that shit was fast. And I feel like the more people that have obviously got it, because I remember when it first came out, only certain networks had it, you know what I mean? It gets rolled out gradually and now every network's got it. I feel like, I mean, listen, I don't claim to know loads about how mobile network bandwidth works, but like I'm guessing the more people that are on a service, the slower it becomes because it's getting stretched across more people. And the same thing will probably happen with 5G, you know what I mean? When it first comes out, we'll all be like, oh my god, like how did we live with 4G, man? This is the shit. And then like after a while we'll be like, oh, okay.
So maybe, Nick, are you saying that maybe we should try out getting some old phones and trying to see if 3G is still popping? Because no one's using 3G at the moment. No, could be flexing.
You're going 3G and you're like, shit, boy, look at this on my Nokia banana phone. You know what I mean?
Encarta in one hand, whap on your Nokia in the other.
If you do that and roll around East London, man, you are a hipster. You're guaranteed, man. Everyone will be like, this guy's fucking cool.
Yeah. Oh man, dopeness. But yeah, man, so that's kind of some of the highlights that I got at MWC. I'm still here. There's another couple of days. Things are starting to wind down a bit after all of the hype. But that's MWC for me, man. I enjoyed it. We also saw some bits from DJI as well, but if I'm honest, I'd like for us to get our hands on them as a show and demo those ourselves in the studio and create some content around that. So yeah, you can look forward to seeing that when you next log on to How to Kill an Hour's website. But yeah, man, there's still a bit of time out here. Have you got any requests or anything that you want me to go and try and find, Nick, before our next episode of How to Kill an Hour? Because there's so much. This place is massive. To put it in perspective, Nick, it takes 40 minutes to walk from one end of the place to another. There are walkways which are like escalators, but flat ones, like when you go to the airport and you're moving between terminals, just to help you get around quickly, because I've been fucking up 20,000 steps a day. Easy, mate.
You're killing it. You know what I'd like you to do? I'd like you to go and find the most useless shittest thing. Like just go and find it and make out you're mad interested in this like real shit thing, and you know it's shit and they know it's shit, but you just like looking at it anyway. That's what I want you to do.
Oh wait, one more thing actually. I've got something that isn't shit. Sorry, this is the exact opposite, Nick. I'm so sorry. We actually met a company called MK3 out there that create, and this sounds really simple, that is not exciting, but it's great. They're 3MK protection is what they're called. They create tempered glass style phone cases. So you know when you put the tempered glass on your screen for a screen protector? Yeah. They've got ones which wrap around your phone. I have it on my phone right now. My phone feels like it has no case on it whatsoever.
That's sick.
It's not, I couldn't drop it out of a house, top floor of a house, and it would survive. It could take tumbles from my pocket height, but I'd no longer have to put a super thick case on. They've got a slightly thicker one, which is still really low profile, which can take a drop from, I think it's like, shoulder height. But please check the link in the show description. We'll link to that as well. But 3MK protection, so dope.
Yeah, that sounds
so
hard.
Dope. And they're out for all the phones. Yeah, I've never had a phone case that's so low profile before. I mean, the case that they put on, the super thin one, is so thin. For a laugh, I put my old case back over it, and it still fitted on it fine. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah,
that sounds sick.
But so you want me to go and find something super useless?
Yeah. Just rubbish, man. Like just like you go up to it and you're just like, why are you not even here? Like I don't know, man. A useless device, man. Come and find it. Yeah. But. There must be something, man. This place is massive.
There's fitness devices and stuff that are like meant to burn body fat just by wearing them and transmitting stuff into your brain. There's stuff like that I can try and have a look for. Stuff like that.
Go and have a go whilst you're on it as well. Just and like film yourself doing it and then put it on the How to Kill an Hour Insta.
All right, yeah, I'll do. So yeah, follow the How to Kill an Hour Insta. I'm gonna do the rest of my MWC coverage from there, and on the story, we'll go and find the most useless thing ever. Right, I'm gonna give myself the next 24 hours to do that. Have you ever been to Barcelona before, Nick?
Do you know what? Never been to. I really want to go because obviously I'm a big football fan, not soccer. Yeah, I'm a big football fan, and. The world's best team is from Barcelona. Lionel Messi's playing there as well. I'd love to go to the Camp Nou. I've never been, but I'd like to go. Maybe in the summer I might check it out. Go over there for a quick couple days.
Yeah, you know what, mate? I'll come and join you because I could do with seeing this place when it's a little bit more sunny.
Yeah.
I've got to say, Spanish people are just lovely people,
Yeah.
They're just nice people.
Yeah.
And also, couple facts about Spain. They do this thing called... they have this style of protest. I can't remember the name of it. But if people don't like something, they use pots and pans.
What, and just start hammering the pots and pans?
So I was chilling the other day on the balcony, and my woman just leaned her head out and went boom, 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 boom. I was like, okay, right. She's alerting somebody because I don't know. Maybe she's trying to scare away a thief or something. I don't know.
She didn't like the way you looked, bruv. That's what it was.
Yeah,
she was potting and panning at you.
But then somebody else started going dum dum dum, and for like 20 minutes they were just hitting pots and pans.
So it's basically like in the UK, super old school. This is so like younger people might not have a clue what I'm on about. But like on New Year's Eve, some people used to come out of their houses, when the clock struck midnight, and like bang the pots and pans.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, so they do that. That's pretty cool. And I just want to say, bruv, the bumpers out here are insane.
Yeah, what you enjoying yourself?
Everyone has a back off.
Yeah,
everyone has a back off.
Even the dudes.
Boy, there's a couple stacked spreaders out here still.
Everyone's banging out the squats. Yeah.
Even the mannequins in the shops have back offs, bruv. I kid you not.
Sounds alright. You know what I mean?
I kid you not.
You're meant to be there working, bruv.
I'm not gonna lie. I have seen some delightful shapes Get me? I've been to the peach orchard, bruv, and seen all the peaches on the trees, bruv.
Well,
crazy.
That sounds alright. Man, might have to book the flights now.
Nick's on Skyscanner. And also, before we cut as well, big shout out to Skype for having the dopest group ringtone. So me and Nick are talking over Skype right now, I know that the usual Skype ringtones like the doom 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 doom, but when I don't know if they've upgraded the whole of Skype, but when I did that group chat, because Bill's listening to this show as well as we record it, when I pressed call on the group chat, I had a tune and a half. Did you have the same tune?
I had some kind of banger, bruv. I was ready to start spraying bars.
You did take a little while to answer, right? But I wasn't upset. I was really enjoying it.
So I was like, yo, fire in the booth, soon come. I was about to, you know what I mean? I was just ready to go.
Wicked. Before you do go, Nick, how you been killing time recently, though? You've been a busy boy yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, man, I've been just so busy working. So I've been in Manchester basically for 2 weeks solidly, because that's where BBC Sport is based, and I do a bit of work for BBC Sport, and we've been doing the Winter Olympics coverage. So if you've watched any of the Winter Olympics on the BBC Red Button, you probably would have heard my voice, me talking some shit, saying like, okay.
How does that work?
So it's basically like in between the different sports, like say if like a particular sport ends and then we're about to go into like a different one, it'd be like, right, we're going to leave the curling there, or like an incredible win for XYZ in the curling, what a match. Right now we're going to head over to the sliding centre for some bobsleigh. Obviously it's better than that because I've written it, but yeah. So it's basically that. In between I think I'm doing the same thing for the Commonwealth Games, so when they're on you'll be able to hear me doing that again. But the maddest thing is I basically was living in a hotel for 2 weeks, which you know is cool because you do it when you go on holiday, but it's different when you go on holiday because you're living in like a holiday hotel. This was just like a holiday inn, so like, you know, like a businessy type hotel, and when you stay there for 2 weeks, it's like I got bored of just eating like hotel food or Wagamama's or flipping Nando's or whatever. I was just like I want to have something that I can just do in my yard, but there's no kitchen.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
sometimes I want to leave a shit in the toilet. And I don't want to clean it to flush it. Yeah, I want my shit in the toilet, bruv. I just want to leave it there. I don't want to come back and flush it later.
Man, everybody knows the rules, Marcus, man. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down, bruv. No, you got to flush. If it's brown, you got to flush. Come on, if it's brown, flush it down. You let the yellow mellow, man.
I like to leave a little surprise for the cleaner.
You just like leaving your scent, yeah? So you come back like, that's me.
Yeah. I like to leave a little surprise for the cleaner. She opens it up. Oh,
gruesome, mate.
Sorry about that. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. But I tell you what, I've stayed in that Holiday Inn though, and the scrambled eggs there's fucking amazing, mate. I love their scrambled eggs.
The Media City.
I don't know why. Yeah, the Media City scrambled eggs are popping. Will you be able to throw some puns into your future voiceover work that you're doing? Are you able to do, like with curling, are you able to go, well, onto something now that's a bit more exciting and requires actual physical output? Like, can you do stuff like that?
I've done a little bit of like stuff. So I was like, at the end of one curling match, I can't even remember who it was because it was mad early on in the competition. I said, now that's some proper curling. like proper curling, you know.
Oh man, that's wicked. And in between that, like the talking, do you have to sit there and write your lines and watch the sport as well?
Yeah, so I'm just chilling.
That's pretty cool.
Chatting to the people in the TV gallery, and then like preparing what I'm going to say in the next thing. But you know, sometimes we'd be sitting on live sport for hours. You know, if it's like a curling matches normally last like 2 hours, or if it's like cross country skiing, that shit can last 3 hours or whatever. Or no, the one that lasted the longest actually was figure skating. My God, that is just never ending.
Wow. So you are like you're in now with all winter sports. You have the knowledge. You know people. You know stuff.
Yeah. Listen, cool. the biathlon. That's my new favourite sport.
Biathlon, is this an athletics for people who swing both ways?
It's not. It's basically like, it is such a weird fucking sport, bruv. Like they're going around on skis, yeah. So they're skiing around, but like kind of like cross country skiing. So it's like flat and then uphill and then downhill and then flat again and blah blah. And then they'll just stop for a bit and start shooting some targets, like with a gun. They got a rifle strapped to their back the whole time, yeah. So they're skiing around with a rifle strapped to their back. Then they'll stop and they'll stop and shoot some shit, and then carry on skiing for a bit more, and then stop again and shoot some more shit. I'm like, this is like a fucking James Bond movie from the 70s.
I was going to say, bruv, that's not a fucking sport. That's training for MI5.
Bruv, it's crazy. They're shooting
That
shit
is
with the
insane.
skis still strapped to their feet, you know what I mean? So they're laying on the ground, they've got skis still strapped to their feet. Pop, 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 pop. And then they have to get up and then carry on skiing.
That is dope.
But like I learned actually, one of the things I learned about the biathlon is it is crazy, but it's you gotta take your hat off to the athletes that do it, because it's one of the hardest things to do, because not only are you're skiing and it's very tiring, but when you shoot, because you've been skiing, you're breathing mad heavy, like, and your heart rate is very high, and then you have to learn to control your breathing and your heart rate so that you can keep the gun still enough to shoot the targets. Because if you miss the targets, you get like a time penalty. So like, you don't want to miss the targets basically. So it's like you have to get 5 clean shots in a row, and you have to control your breathing and heart rate so you can get it.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's all right. That's impressive. You
see it when you watch it on telly. You see it because they lay down to start shooting and they're breathing mad fast. You can see them breathing, and then all of a sudden they just like, you can see them like settle, and then it goes real still, and then they start shooting. It's mad.
Fuck yeah! I'm going to start giggling at the sport again because I am impressed, but I started laughing a little bit. Sorry,
yeah.
Nick. So instead of googling it, like I really suggest you do, because if you Google it and press images, you actually get to see what Nick's talking about, and it is exactly that. It's people skiing and also shooting. But I'm using the PC at the moment for Skype, and Bing is the search engine of choice for this browser. And if you go to I don't know if you're with a computer now, Nick, but if you can go to Bing and type in biathlon, the picture that comes out.
Right, hang on, wait there. Let me do the thing.
It's like, I'm gonna let you describe it. Please, I hope it works. I hope it's not just Spanish Bing. I hope it's not Spanish Bing that's giving me this when I type in biathlon.
Right, Bing, so biathlon, right? What, and then you just click on images, yeah?
No, I just typed biathlon and press enter.
When I press biathlon, there's just a dude like spread eagle
doing mad splits.
Yeah, man's like spread eagle.
I don't know why it's got me so
shooting
so much.
Gun. My guy's like mad spread eagles, but you know why? It's because he's got the skis on his feet. That's why
he's doing the splits. It's like it looks like a combination of a gymnast skiing and shooting. I just find it hilarious.
Man's got the skis still strapped to him, bruv. That's why.
Bruv, his legs are so wide. Surely he's singing in a higher tone than most guys out there, bruv. Anyway, right. Try that out. Sorry, I've got the giggles now. But anyway, that was How to Kill an Hour. That was our catch-up of MWC, and also learned loads about winter sports from Nick Biathlon.
There you go, bro.
Cheers. What you got forthcoming, Nick? What's happening? What can we check you out doing?
So this Saturday I'm on BBC Radio 5 Live. So I'll be on a programme called Fighting Talk. It's basically like a panel show where like... you have people on there talking about different sports and things like that. It's like a banterous like comedy / panel show. So I'll be on there 11 a.m. UK time doing that, and then back on my bullshit on Sunday, back on 1Extra.
Nice.
That's at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. UK time, BBC Radio 1Extra. And then the following weekend, I'm going to Lisbon, man. Just going for a little recreational ting to Lisbon, man.
Okay, what is it? What, are you bringing a ting out there, or is it just rolling solo with a mate?
Man's just going to Lisbon, innit? Them ones.
Ooh, okay, all right. Keep an eye on Nick's Instagram. Get me, see if there's any check the edges of his Instagram pictures. See if there's any wisps of hair.
The edges. That shit's so true. Check the edges. Who's been cropped out?
You know, bruv, some people's croppage ain't that good, you
That's
know.
what I'm saying. The edge. That's so funny.
Man.
Check the edges or go on the Instagram story and listen to any background noise.
Anyway, I'm going to stop chatting your ear off. I've got to go and find some useless tech, haven't I?
Yeah, I've got to go and make some dinner, mate. That's the difference in our lives right now. Man's got to just nip downstairs to the kitchen, say wagwan to my flatmate. He's down there producing a tune at the moment, and
sick.
And yeah, man's gonna make some.
Well, I'm gonna get some tapas and look at some round bums.
Yeah, I know what I'd rather be doing.
All right. Well, there's plenty of ways to kill some time out there. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I've been Nick Bright.
Thank you for killing some time with us.
Muchas gracias.
Ciao. Is that even?
Nah, that's Italian,
that's
bro.
Right. Oh, fuck.
I think you can say it though. I think like Spanish people use it as well.
Okay.
Hasta
la vista. There you go. Au revoir.
That's French.
Bless.
Hasta luego.
All right. Cheers.